wa barakatuh. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has spared our lives to this moment. May He accept our ibadat. Ameen. Welcome us back to another edition of the Free Nahw and Soulful class. And this is Nahw Class 48. And the topic is Ahwalu Bina Amr. Ahwalu Bina Amr, part Al-Juzu Thani, the second part of the declension of imperative verbs. So, last class we have looked generally at the way and the form of declensions of fi'l amr, that is when and how do we put the i'rab of fi'l amr, which kind of mabniyu does it have in each of the various states that it comes. So we are going to read from the qaida of Nahw Wadi, page 26. So it says yubna fi'l al-amr ala sukun idha kana sahih al-akhir wa lam yattasil bihi shay'un. إذا كان صحيح الآخر ولم يتصل به شيء. So يبنى فعل الأمر على السكون. فعل الأمر is مبني على السكون إذا كان صحيح الآخر ولم يتصل بشيء. If the end of the fi'l is sahih, that is, if it is a letter that is taking haraka, if it is not weak letters. So when we have normal letters that take haraka, we call them sahih. So if the last letter of the fi'l al-amri is sahih, it is what? Mabniyu ala sukun. Walam yattasil bihi shay'un. And nothing is connected to it. So if you have our fi'l al-amru with the normal way we form fi'l al-amri and no pronoun or anything is connected to the fi'l al-amri and the last letter is a sound letter, not a weak letter, that is when we call it mabniyu ala sukun. وكذلك إذا اتصلت به نون النسوة, and also when it is connected to nun niswa. Nun niswa is the pronoun for plural female verbs, the plural female pronoun. So that is nun niswa. So whenever we have our fi'l amr ending with a sound letter and nothing is connected to it, or it is connected to nun niswa, it is always mabniyu ala sukun. Wa yubna ala al-fathi idha tasalat bihi nun tawkid, and it is mabniyu ala al-fathi if it is connected to nun tawkid. And we've explained how that is formed in the previous class. Wa yubna ala hazfi harfi al-illa idha kana mu'tal al-akhir, idha kana mu'tal al-akhir. So it will be mabniyu ala hazfi harfi al-illa if the verb is mu'tal al-akhir, that is a verb that has its last letter as a what? As a weak letter. So wa yubna ala hazfi nun idha tasalat bihi alf al-ithnain aw waw jamaa aw ya mukhataba. So it is going to be mabniyu ala hazfi nun if it is connected to alf al-ithnain. Wow, alif al-ithnain is the alif of duality. Waw jamaa, or the waw of pronoun of plurality, aw ya mukhataba, or the yaw that shows the second person female. So if it is connected to those things, it is what? Mabniyu ala hasfi arfil illa. Mabniyu ala hasfi nun. If it is connected to alf isnain, waw jamaa, or yaw mukhataba. So to those three things, it will be what? Mabniyu ala hasfi nun. So how do we form those ones? They are from al-af'alul khamsa. So when we want to convert al-af'alul khamsa to amru, that is when we get alful isnain, waw jamaa, and ya mukhataba connected to our fi'lul amr. So that is the qaida. So firstly is that when our fi'l is ending with a sound letter and it is not connected to any other thing, it is going to be mabniyu ala sukun. Then secondly, if it is connected to nun niswa, it is also going to be mabniyu ala sukun. But it's going to be mabniyu ala al-fati if it is connected to nun tawkid. Nun tawkid is what? Is a nun for emphasis. Then it's going to be mabniyu ala hazfi arfil illa if it's ending with, if it is ending with a weak letter, then it is going to be mabniyu ala hasfin nun if it is connected to alif al-isnain, waw al-jamaa, or ya al-mukhataba. So that is the qaida. So moving to the examples that we have in the book. First one, we have nazif asnanaka ba'da al-akl. Nazif asnanaka ba'da al-akli. So nazafa. This nazif is from nazafa. Then taking it to mudari, we have yunazifu. And you know that from amru, we have to form our amru from mukhatab. So it's going to be what? To nazifu. Remove the harful mudara and give last letter sukun. We have nazif. So this is what? Fi'lu amrin mabniju ala sukun. Why? Because fa is a sound letter and nothing is connected to it. So that is how we are going to do the enrob of that part. So nazif asnanaka ba'da al-akli. Clean your teeth after eating. Tamahal fi sayrik. So this is tamahala, tatamahalu. Then we form the amru, we have tamahal. So this is also mabniyu ala sukun. Why? Because the lam is a sound letter and nothing is connected to it. So tamahal fi sayrika. Be gentle while walking. Istami' nushat tabib. Istami' from istama yastami'. Then we bring it to testami'. Testami' to form our amru. So we have istami'. So istami' is also mabniyu ala sukun. Why? Because the last letter is a sound letter and nothing is connected to it. Istami' nushat tabib. Listen to the prescription or advice of the doctor. Istayqidna mubakkiratin. So this is from istayqadha yastayqidu istayqidna. This is also what? Mabniyu ala sukun. Why? Because it is connected to what? To nunu niswa. So istayqidna mubakkiratin. Wake up early. Speaking to what? A plural female group. Speaking to more than 2 female groups. So we have istayqidna mubakkiratin. Wake up early. Ajidna tabqa ta'ami. This is from ajada yujidu. So when we bring it to amru, it's going to be what? Ajid. Adding nunu niswa, we have ajidna. So this is also what? Mabniyu ala sukun. Why? Because we have nunu niswa. So cook the meal very well. Cook the meal properly. Hazibna awladakunna. Hazibna awladakunna. This is from hazaba to hazibu. Hazib. With nunu niswa, hazibna. Also mabniyu ala sukun. Why? Because it is nunu niswa. Then awladakunna. Hazibna awladakunna. It means discipline your children. Speaking to what? A female group. Then the next one we have tajannabanna. Tajannabanna al-mizah al-kathir. Tajannabanna is from tajannaba, tatajannabu. This is still singular. So adding nunu tawkid to it, this nun is going to change the doma on the bar to fatha. So we have tajannabanna. It is still for a singular verb. Tajannabanna. So here we have mabniyu ala al-fathi. Why? Because we have added what? Nunu tawkid to it. So tajannabanna al-mizaha al-kathir. Abstain from excessive jokes. Ashiranna ikhwanaka bil ma'ruf. Ashiranna is from asharo to ashiru. Then you give the raw fatha because you want to add nunu tawkid. So we have ashiranna. Ashiranna, that's what's it called? Fi'lu amri mabniyu ala al-fathi litisalihi bi nunu tawkid. So ashiranna ikhwanaka bil ma'ruf, associate with your brothers with good. So ukhrujanna ila al-hukul. This is also with nunu tawkid. So this is from kharaja yakhruju, ukhruj, but we want to add nunu tawkid, you give the jim fatha instead of sukun. You have ukhrujanna. So this is also what? Fi'lu amrin mabniyu ala al-fathi litisali bi nunu tawkid. It says what? Go out into the field. Alqi shabakata ya sayyad. Alqa yulqi. So alqi That is after cleaning the word harful illa. This is مبني على حذف حرف العلة, because the verb is one that has a weak letter. ألقى, يلقي. So the elongation at the end of the verb is a weak letter. So to change it to amru, we remove the weak letter while changing it to amru. So that is what we are going to base our i'rab on. So it is what مبني على حذف حرف العلة. فعل أمر مبني على حذف حرف العلة. So ألقي الشبكة يا صياد. Throw or set your trap, O hunter. So أدعو الطبيب, from da'a yad'u, the elongation is a weak letter. So while we are changing it to amr, we have to remove the weak letter. So the analysis, the i'rab, is still going to be fi'lu amrin mabniyu ala hasfi arfi al-illa, not mabniyu ala dummi, not mabniyu ala al-kasri for in case of alqi. So this is not what you look at. You have to return to the basis of the verb, the aslu, and you determine what is coming from. So this is from da'a yad'u, then forming amru, we remove the harful illa, so it becomes the basis of the analysis. So it is what فعل أمر مبني على حذف حذف حرف العلة. So ادعو الطبيب, call the doctor. تحرى الصدق فيما تقول. تحرى الصدق فيما تقول. So this is from تحرى, تتحرى. Forming amru, we remove the harf mukhataba and the weak letter. That will become the basis of our i'rab. So فعل أمر مبني على حذف حرف العلة. Then we move to the next one. افتح نوافذ الحجرة, حجرتي. افتح نوافذ الحجرة. So this is from fataha yaftahu. Then this is obviously a verb with what? With aliful isnain, that is for dual. A verb for dual. Taftahani. So after removing the harful mudara and the noon that ends it, we have iftaha. So it will become the basis of our analysis. Fi'lu amrin mabniyu ala hadfin noon, because we remove the noon while trying to form the amru. So iftaha nawafiz al-hujra, open the windows of the room. Talking to what? To two people. We are talking to two people because our fi'l is in the dual form. Akrima duyufakum, honor duyufakuma, honor your guests. Talking to what? To two people. So this is from akrama to krimu. Then we have what? Akrima, because the verb, the aslu of the verb is akrama. So taking it to mudari, we have to akrimu. So the aslu has to return while we are forming the amru. Then we say fi'lu amrin mabniyu ala hasfin noon, because it is the noon we removed while trying to form the amru. So akrima to you fakum. Then we have uhzuza shajaratan nabq. Uhzuza shajaratan nabq. So this is from hazza yahuzzu. So if we want to form the amru, we are going to make some changes to it. Then we have uhzuza for what? For dual. Uhzuza for dual. Then you say fi'lu amrin mabniyu ala hasfin noon. Then it means uhzuza shajaratan nabqi, shake the tree. Shake the tree of nabqi. Then ijma'u samar al-bustan, collect the fruits of the garden. Collect the fruits of the garden. So from jama'a yajma'u, ijma'u. So jama'a yajma'u, we have to go to mukhatab for amru. So this is tajma'una. From tajma'una, we remove the harful mudara and we remove the noon. So we have fi'lu amrin mabniyu ala hasfin noon litisali biwawil jamaa. Mabniyu ala what? Hasfin noon litisali biwawil jamaa. So that is that. Then we have istahimmu fin nahr. Istahimmu fin nahr. Take your bath in the river. So same thing applies. We have istahamma, yastahimmu, tastahimmuna. So what do? We remove the noon. Then we are left with istahimmu, after removing the harful mudara, of course. So فعل أمر مبني على حذف حرف العلة. So اخرجوا إلى الحقول, اخرجوا إلى الحقول, come out into the field, go out into the field. So we have from تخرجون, remove the حرف المضارع and the noon. So فعل أمر مبني على حذف النون لاتصاله بواو الجماعة. So that is the i'rab of the examples that we have here. So now we are going to look at the i'rab of sentences, the analysis of sentences. So the first one here we have imtatil jawada. Imtatil jawada. This is from imtato yamtati. So we say fi'lu amrin mabniyu ala hasfi arfil illa li'annahu mu'talul akhir. Then the next word we say maf'ulun bihi mansubun bi fathatin zahira, because it's taking fatha in the sentence. It is what was worked upon. Then the next one we have iksilna al malabisa. Iksilna al malabisa. This is from ghasala yaghsilu, and it is a plural verb for female iksilna. So teksilna, that is the modorium. Then we form amru from that. We have iksilna. So this is what fi'lu amri mabniyu ala sukun litisalihi fi nun niswa wa nun niswa mabniyu ala al-fathi fi mahalli raf'il fa'il. So we first do the i'rab of the what, of the verb, then we now do the i'rab of what it is attached to. So because we know that this is nun niswa, we know our analysis is what mabniyu ala sukun litisali bi nun niswa. So we now say nun niswa mabniyun ala al-fathi, because it's a pronoun fi mahalli raf'il fa'il, and it is in the position of the performer of the action. So al malabisa is maf'ulun bihi mansubun bi fathatin dhahiratin. Then we have at'ima al-fuqara. At'ima al-fuqara. This is from at'ama tut'imu. So tut'imani. So what do? We do hasfu nun. We do what? Hasfu nun to form our fi'lu amru. So this is fi'lu amrin mabniyu ala hasfi nun litisali bi alfil isnain. So and then alfil isnain is mabniyu ala sukun fi mahalli raf'il fa'il. So like I said earlier, you first do the i'rab of the fi'lu amru and you do the i'rab of what it is connected to. So then al-fuqara is maf'ulun bi mansubun bi fathatin zahira. Why? Because it's taking fatha and it is what was worked upon. At'im al-fuqara, feed the needy. So what are you feeding? What are you performing action on? Is the fuqara. That is why it is maf'ulun bihi. What is worked with? Mansubun bi fathatin zahira. Then we have iqtifanna al-azhara. Iqtifanna al-azhara. So this is from nun tawqid. So iqtifanna qatafa yaqtifu. So we know when we want to add nun tawqid to our fi'l amr, we give it fatha. So we have iqtifanna. So this is fi'l amr mabni ala al-fathi ittisali bi nun tawqid. Al-azhara is maf'ulun bihi. Al-azhara is maf'ulun bihi, is what was worked upon. So we say maf'ulun bihi mansubun bi fathatin zahira. Mansubun bi fathatin zahira. So our fi'l amr maf'ulun bihi the azhara bi fathatin zahira, because you can see the fatha clearly on it. So ittifanna al-azhar means what? Pick the flowers. Pick the flowers. Now we are going to look at the similarities and differences between the fi'lu madi and fi'lu amru. Fi'lu madi and what? And fi'lu amru. The shape looks similar. So so as not to mix the analysis together, the i'rab together, we are going to look at the i'rab together now. So we have at-tulabu jalasu fajlisu. You can see what ended the two verbs, so that we won't be mixing the i'rab. So this for fi'lu madi, it is jalasu fi'lu madin mabniyu ala dhammi litisoli biwawil jamaa, because normally fi'lu madi is meant to be mabniyu ala al-fathi, right? So but we have added wawil jamaa and the sin has changed to dhamma. So we now state what we see. Mabniyu ala dhammi. Why? Because litisoli biwawil jamaa. That is for fi'lu amru, for fi'lu madi. But for fi'lu amru, we are bringing the verb from the mudari, which is what? Tajlisuna. So to form our amru, first we remove the harful mudara, then we remove the nun. Then we remove the what? The nun. So the nun that we have removed, that is what we use to form our analysis, our i'rab. So the ijlisu here will be what? Mabniyu ala hasfin nun, not mabniyu ala dhammi, like the fi'lu madi. So we have jalasu fi'lu madi mabniyun ala dhammi litisoli biwawil jamaa. Then we now do the i'rab of what it is connected to, like I said earlier. Wawil jamaa mabniyun ala sukun fi mahalli raf'il fa'il. Then the fa is harful atfi mabniyu ala sukun ala al-fathi. Ignore the sukun, is mabniyu ala al-fath because the fa is taking fatha. So that is analysis, not what you cram, it is by what you see and learning the principles guiding it. So ijlisu is fi'lu amrin mabniyu ala hasfin nun, because that was what brought the formation of our fi'lu amr. The next one, at-taliban jalasa fajlisa. At-taliban, this mubtada marfu'un bi alfin li'annahu musanna. You can note the i'rab of ismu is different. So the alif here is sign that it is in rafun state, that is, it is in dhamma state. So at-talibu, at-taliban. So but if it was taking fatha, it will be at-taliba or at-talibayn. That is the basis of the i'rab. It is not aliful isnain like we know. It is just a sign to show that it is in rafun state. So mubtada marfu'un bi alfin li'annahu musanna. Then jalasa is our fi'lu madi mabniyun ala al-fathi wa alful isnain mabniyun ala sukun fi mahalli raf'il fa'il. So it's mabniyu ala al-fathi, like you can see, and we do the i'rab of what is connected to it. Then the fi'lu amr, we have fi'lu amri mabniyu ala hasfin nun, because it is coming from what? Tajlisani. After removing the nun, it will be the what? The basis of our i'rab, mabniyun ala hasfin nun. Then next one, we have al mudarrisatu jalasna fajlisna. Same thing. Our al mudarrisatu is mubtada marfu'un bi dhammatin zahira, like you can see on it. Then jalasna is fi'lu madi of jalasa, for plural female. Jalasna is fi'lu madi. So we have fi'lu madi mabniyu ala sukun. Why? Because it is what? Litisoli in nun niswa. It is connected to nun niswa. It is not the normal mabniyu ala al-fathi. So it is mabniyu ala sukun litisoli in nun niswa. Then we now do the analysis of the nun niswa itself. That is what? Mabniyun ala al-fathi. Why? Because the nun niswa itself is taking fatha. We say mabniyu ala al-fathi fi ma'alli raf'il fa'il, because the noun is in the position of the doer, of the performer of the action. Then we have what? Fajlisna. Fajlisna. The fa, like I said earlier, is harf and it is mabniyu ala al-fathi. So ijlisna is fi'lu amrin mabniyu ala sukun litisali bi nun niswa wa nun niswa mabniyu ala al-fathi fi mahalli raf'il fa'il. So ijlisna is from what? Tajlisna. So we remove the harfu mudara, but you cannot remove the nun niswa. That is the basis of our i'rab. So mabniyu ala sukun, because you can see the sukun on it. Then what is connected to it is the reason it is staying like that. So mabniyu ala sukun litisoli bi nun niswa. Then one nun niswa mabniyu ala al-fathi fi mahalli raf'il fa'il. So that is how we do the i'rab of fi'lu amr for each of the states. We pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes the knowledge beneficial and makes us understand it more than it has been taught. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.